Right. Stick the link in the chats, and then we are good.
So who are we expecting to win this week then?
Yeri, or yeah, Yari probably.
Jerry.
Yeah, Yeri.
Jerry.
You're in the wrong league for not a division, I should say, for not being able to pronounce consonantal names. There's quite a few. No, I think Yari. Realistically, looks a little bit changeable with the weather.
It looks a bit damp, doesn't it? A bit overcast.
Now I wonder. We got new driver CSR Kimi in the Ferrari, which you kind of expect, didn't you? Really, to be honest. Or the Sauber, yeah, I suppose. Got Cloudy back, just looking on the hunt for points. But yeah, it's nice to see a fairly full grid actually, which is quite a little bit unusual. Overcast whole quali and race according to Yari, so not too much fun.
A couple of people out on track already.
So Army, that's one of either V5, yeah, V5 just behind him, which is also a stat for you that Army has more podiums in PRL than V5, as Maka put on the quiz, and everyone guessed Yari, not Yari, everyone guessed V5 and not Army, so going to ride on board with Army since he's first.
He might have just changed the question on the forum.
So let's have a look at what people have fitted. Army's on the medium, so he's obviously maybe not making a lap in anger. V5's gone on the ultra soft, so actually I'll follow with V5. Kimi out on the mediums, Army out on the mediums, Cloudy on the softs.
F1's on the ultras as well, so I'll follow him.
Yep. Adri cheering on J. Cole, which is cool. Nice guy at Commentators Alliance. Always got to cheer on the commentators. So hopefully RJ does something today as well. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Obviously, certain people are going to one stop, certain people are going to two stop. Be interesting to see if V5 actually does a lap in anger. Looks like he is using hers. Ooh, keeps it just in. I think a good pole time for these guys is probably going to be about, well, I don't know what Yari would do, but that's a bit slow from V5. 15.8, you want to be in the 15.6s really. I would probably say about 10.6 might be pole. Depends what especially with Yari on the, I don't think it looks like Yari either is fainting and gonna start on the ultras, or he is looking to do either a medium or soft start. So V5 hasn't thought this through really, because he's now following behind Army, who's on a medium lap and has no real need to move out the way. He has got absolutely no well, what's the word, doesn't have to, he does move out the way. V5 does get round him. V5 is going to be coming in, I reckon, about 11.6. No, slower, 12.2.
Interesting.
F1 racer.
Was that on the ultras?
That was on the ultras, yeah. I don't think V5's F1's bought it. It's Kimi with a 13.3, but that's invalidated. Loads of invalidated laps by the looks of this. Cloudy goes.
13.5.
That's a good lap. That's not a terrible lap on the softs, but it's certainly not going to be getting you anywhere too high up the grid, even compared to other soft runners. It's interesting to see why he's gone with the softs actually, because I'm guessing the reason why the guys on the mediums have done it is because they can set a bit of a banker for when they try and go on softs. We've got Tigapee and Kimmy going side, or no, Jacob potentially going side by side. Don't know how that occurred. Tigapee slowed right down. RJ with an invalidated lap. Sarju with a very slow lap. A lot of the guys on mediums will be doing another run actually. So Army is coming round.
Oh, someone's gone off. Who's gone off? Kimmy's gone off.
Ooh.
On mediums.
B5 with, Army with a 13.7 on the mediums, which is pretty good. Kimmy is still alive, so.
Yeah, he didn't hit anything too hard. He's gone back on.
Sarja is on a run on the ultra softs. It'll be interesting to see what he does.
He was on the hards last week.
Yeah, I think that might be invalidated, but he did go very wide, so it might not have been. He seemed to slow it up quite a lot. Let's take it. Ooh, we've binned it in the gravel, and that will be that.
RJW just going around thinking validated, not sure. Yeah.
People find it really hard to set laps here. Tigabee's on a lap, but again, doesn't look like it's going to threaten too much. Seems to be a lot of traffic out on track.
Peter's out on the softs.
I think a lot of people will be changing their mind in this session. A lot of people might have wanted to do a start on ultra softs, and but with invalidations, they might be thinking about it twice, and vice versa. Actually, so it's quite fluid. I like the strategy differences around here because
That's true.
It's
a bit different, isn't it?
Don't know where Tigabee's gone.
111.7.
Has Tigabee binned it? Yeah, I think he has. He's going to set a lap, but
I think there were some yellows at the end of sector 2. I don't know if it was that.
Yari is definitely basically net leader at the moment, in the sense that he's just done a 12.4 on mediums. Blimey.
That's a good effort. It's a very good effort.
Caesar's with a very, very slow sector 1. So I don't think he's going to trouble even on the mediums. People have been setting 3 laps on those mediums.
On the mediums. Interesting. Surprises me a lot. I thought people would do softs, but
Peter's on a very quick lap on the softs, 15.7 in the first sector. If you can get into the 49s, that's very competitive.
it's gone what he might have invalidated there.
He might have invalidated there too. He still fancies it. Yeah, because his ERS is going down.
He must have invalidated there.
Peter thanks the Codemasters gods and goes second.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
No,
I mean, there were 3 invalidations on that lap.
It's the problem, isn't it? Like, it's no fault of his. You know, you're going to carry on a lap if you.
No, of course.
But,
not his fault at all. I'm just saying it's a bit inconsistent.
Definitely. F1 racer on the mediums. No one's really taking a punt at all. Sarja is taking a lap on the ultras, but again, they're very used. He's very determined to make the most out of these ultras. 15.6 is a decent time, and it might be. He's probably tracking pole at the moment. I'm really shocked by the slowness of the ultra soft runners so far.
Very wide from Kingy. Yeah, he's had to pull out already. Sarge's on a lap with the ultras.
Just keeps it in. This looks quick.
Yeah, this does look quick to be fair.
Bit of a wobble out of there, which you don't want. This could be. He's
No,
back.
come on.
Oh, okay. Obviously, didn't fancy starting the race on 3-lap old ultras, and I don't really blame him, if I'm honest. Now Luigi goes fourth. I think we're going to see a lot of these mediums scrubbed from the leaderboard, and a lot of people are going to go on softs, I suspect.
I think after Peter's on a 111.9 on softs, I think you're right.
Dave makes a good point. They won't be representative times from ultra soft runners. They'll improve on the harder compounds. V5, 11.3.
Sorry, say that from Dave again.
He said that basically that people are going to be sandbagging a bit, maybe not turning the engine right up or something. They're probably just doing it to set a banker. But I don't know, that seems a bit quick though, when someone like Peter's doing 11.9.
Yeah, so I'd be surprised. The fact that, I assume what did V5 do there on?
Ultras.
Ultras.
Yeah.
See, I'm not sure because you don't get that many shots in the ultras.
See, I think it's going to be interesting now though, because if you're someone like J. Cole or Army and you're looking at this leaderboard and you're seeing one person has set an ultra soft lap and they're streets ahead, do you think, well, do you know what, I'll change my strategy, I'll go out on the ultras, I'll come at worst second and go from there? I think this is going to be very changeable.
The problem is though, is Germany a track where you can overtake easily? Not really. The one long straight, that's it.
Yeah, true.
That's difficult.
Ooh, Army goes very wide. Yeah, I know what you mean. Sector 3 is not exactly the easiest.
So let's just run through the times. So V5 111.3 on the ultras apparently.
Oh, CSR Kimmy retires. Don't know if he had an incident.
There's someone off sector 3 as well. Right, just went past. He's coming up doing a lap on the mediums.
He might actually not even be able to set a lap here because he went wide in the last corner and they're normally quite strict on that. Watch why?
No, you set a lap on 13.2.
Oh, sorry, I completely missed that. I'll tell you who is struggling, who I'm riding on board with, which is Tiggerby.
Yeah, I'm on 15.6. What was that on mediums?
No, ultras, but I think it was, obviously spanned it somewhere, but he's really quick in last game. You know, in some races, quicker than everyone, even someone like Luigi and Yari, but he seems to have lost a bit of pace this game.
It's the better lap from White YY, this might be relatively competitive.
It's on the mediums.
Oh, sector 1,
Oh,
spun it.
blimey.
It's a shame.
He kept it though.
Yeah, it did.
I'm amazed. I wonder if he's still in
Something
no,
like
he's,
this. It's a shame that was a decent lap for that.
So we've kind of got three leaders. You've got V5 on the ultras, you've got Yari on the softs, and you've got F1 Racer on the mediums.
On ultras at the moment, and he's flying that.
16.2 is absolutely rapid for a first sector, so if he can keep this on track, I think he'll absolutely smash pole.
Oh, just got the curve there.
Seems to handle it well though. He's set up his car to, I think, counter it. Ooh, very, very wide. Oh, and he's been. Wow.
Interesting. No one's setting laps. This is very interesting.
Sarge's setting a lap.
So
Speed 5 doing.
Let's typically
He's right on board.
On softs as well.
Right on board with V5 because he's put softs on, so I think he may have been sandbagging a bit on the ultras. I think this might be a truly representative lap. It's been 15.8, which is a bit slow. Unless he gains, and the problem is you tend to lose most of your pace around here in sector 3 on the slow tyres.
Decent lap from Tickety down on softs on 12.4.
Obviously you heard me, giving him a dig about how slow he is. Goes up to 6.
So we've got Sarger out on softs.
So Caesar, RJ and Adventures Mackin are in a very difficult position now.
I think you've got to take a shot on it on softs. I think that just stick on fresh mediums and go from the back.
See, this is the thing. This has worked out perfectly for V5 at the moment. 15.1. It could be a blessing starting on these ultras. Because if no one else is,
they don't last long.
But the funny, yeah, I suppose. But if the field stays bunched and you come out in clean air,
well, yeah, true.
is everyone just? I think a lot of people have given up the ghost. People just aren't willing to set laps. It seems. RJ's done a 16.4 on the. Oh, Lord knows.
Yeah, I'm riding on board at the moment.
I've just realised what I've done. I've been having it on best, not fitted, so I'm a bit of a div.
I'll just go wide. Yeah. Shame. F1 racer 112.4. Sorry, 112 dead. That's a good lap.
That's very good, to be fair. Very good. I wonder what RJ's. He's gonna complete.
No one out on ultras. I'm very interested to see.
Yari's out on ultras.
Is he? Okay.
Yari and.
Now, which side of the grid does pole start? Right or left?
Ooh, good question. I think left, but that's a little bit of a punt. Sarger's gonna be very. I think Sarger's gonna be last man on track. Maybe not actually. I think he's got some behind him. He's trying to think what car that is. It's a Haas. So you got Adam is going to be last man on track, but he's actually setting a lap. F1 racer, that is Adam. Sarger will be the last man over the line, so that'll be quite interesting.
Okay, I'll ride on board with Sarger.
I'll have a look at Yari as he's about to set a lap on ultras.
Sarger on the ultras, that'll be interesting.
Luigi retires. Yari will want to be doing about 16.2, I think. .0. I think this comes in at about 10.4 if he can hold it together.
I'm very interested to see where Sarger comes out because he's just done an outlap and he looks solid.
Army retires. He's going to be starting in not the best place, which is 10th.
Yeah, I think I will not want to start 10th in Germany.
Nope. Where do we reckon? Yeah, he has a bit of a lock up, but it doesn't seem to affect him at all. Adventures Mackin might want to move out there. He does. Okay, that's interesting.
Who's Cookie Games 14?
Cookie Games 14 is a new driver for Division 2. He was racing in Division 1. Peter retires. But F1 racer who is looking to. He could even get on pole here, you know.
So Sarger's having a good lap from what I've seen so far.
Right on board with F1 racer. 0.28 up. Tell you what, I don't think it's going to be good enough for pole, but.
Largest is coming through now. Gone pole. 111.1.
and Adam pips Yari as well. So they were two very interesting subplots. So
interesting from Sarge.
So you got two little battles here now. You've got Sarja and V5.
I'm glad they've done it because it'll be interesting for D3 later.
Slash a little bit of scouting.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
So you're going to have to think there's going to be three different choices here. You're going to have a couple of the guys on the Ultras. And you're going to have everyone on the softs up to 10th. And then everyone else on the mediums. We just had Cookie join. Which will be interesting. He's going to have to start on pretty much a default setup. Not a track I'd want a default setup on. What would you do? Maybe like 3.6 or something? Just lower the front wing to 3. I don't think I'm giving away any tactics. I don't think D2 are going to listen to either of us. But everyone's made it in the lobby by the looks of it. RJ has another incident in qualifying with V5 instead of Luigi from last week. So V5 apparently blocked RJ on a lap. Doesn't really have much luck in qualifying, does he?
No.
It just likes getting easy driver of the day performances. I think just coming second after starting like 14th. What are we waiting for here? Right, everyone's made it to the grid, which is good. Patch 1.15 has not been the best for that.
Yeah, who was it last week on D3? I can't remember. Someone lost.
Conrees.
Oh yeah, Conrees. He's now left the division, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit frustrated anyway. But so, what's your predictions for this?
My prediction is based on what you've told me about D2. It's a win for Yari. But I think Peter will podium.
Okay.
And then rounded out by Joe Cole third.
So a little bit about this. I don't know. I'm going to say Sarja for the win. I just fancy the two-stop round here, and I reckon YHYY for second, and
Bold. Like that.
Adam for third. F1 racer. So
Okay, so entirely different, actually.
entirely different, yeah. So I'm not going to do a big grandiose thing about Hockenheim, but it's meant to hold the race every other year. Redesigned in 2002 to get rid of what was a very fun portion of the track, where in old games, I think I've told you this, when you if you knocked off your wing, you used to get up to about 240 miles an hour on F1 97 or whatever it was. It's fantastic. But yeah, so because you had absolutely no aero, but they got rid of that because it was only about 10 laps or something stupid. Not literally, but it was a very long track, so spectators basically saw nothing as they were just driving through forest. Be interesting to see if Cloudy Balloons doesn't end up in a forest for a change, because he normally does. So let's see.
Beep, 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 beep.
Here we go, lights out.
They're off.
Sarja looks to be maintaining a bit of a gap. Doesn't surprise me, the Ultra Soft runner's got decent starts. Midfield all looking okay. A few people gone really wide, but everyone comes out unscathed. V5, it's going to be crucial for V5 and Sarja to develop a gap very, very swiftly. There's incidences everywhere, it seems. CSR, Kimi and Army, it looks like they've come together and not exactly enjoyed the consequences of it. See, V5 and Sarja need to make a breakaway very quickly. They need to get it done very like before
And
DRS.
this is a difficulty about running the ultra softs.
Yeah. They need to get it done before DRS.
He's 5 seconds behind already. I'm trying to work out if he's got his wing intact. I don't think he has.
Is this Yari?
No, this is Army Tricks.
Yari's lost a lot of places off the start. He's lost 3 places.
My prediction. I'll give that to you. I'm on form for betting today, for a change.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, but V5.
It's looks like Army with his right hand side of his wing. Somehow I didn't see the incident.
Jacob.
He's now 9 seconds behind already.
Jacob's pressuring Yari. There's going to be a lot of penalties here. I'm not looking forward to tightening that up. But I'm not necessarily going to concentrate too much on anything other than really, if I'm honest with you, just for initially, just to see if V5 and Sarja can make a break. They've got 0.8 seconds. They need to get a second gap to F1 Racer or their strategy choice.
V5's overtaken Sarja.
So this is key. They're battling, their squabbling is causing...
True. They're not getting away from the guys behind.
No. No, not at all. Cookie's, shout out to Cookie for doing a valiant effort so far with a pig of a setup.
Yeah,
Oh, someone makes a move. F1 Racer was looking at Sarja quite a lot there. See, actually V5 is now massively benefiting from Sarja seemingly slowing up. So he's out of DRS for Sarja, and Sarja's now going to be basically causing headaches for those behind now. Those tyres will start to go off. So this has worked perfect for V5.
Yeah, agreed, but it depends how far V5 can get ahead.
Yep.
Watch just done fastest lap on the softs. Good effort.
Watch YY makes a move on Cloudy. CSR Kimmy with a 5-second stop and go. Watch YY with a big corner cut at corner 1. This is not going to be pretty with penalties.
No, I think there's a theory that maybe if you can get round and not have any penalties, you can probably do quite well.
Adam is trying desperately to get past Sarja, but V5 needs to be making such a bigger gap than what he's doing.
It looks like his tyres are going off already, sliding around a little bit.
I mean, there's a lot of people within a second, pretty much from 3rd through to 10th. I'm kind of just focusing on this at the moment purely because it's the most interesting dynamic for this segment of the of the race. But a lot of surprises.
It looks like CSR Kimmy pitted first lap as well. He's 25 seconds down.
Yeah, and he got a 5-second stop go as well. So.
Oh, right. Okay. I see that.
F1 racing.
He caused the crash.
I didn't manage to catch it, if I'm honest with you. I'm not entirely sure.
Find out from Army after.
Watch YY gets his penalty. Cloudy gets his penalty. Adam needs to get past Sarja desperately. Adam's rear wing is broke. Sarja, Mark favour the Finns. I'm not entirely sure.
So V5 just started.
Ooh, Caesar with a brilliant bit of opportunism on Sarja as Adam gets round him and he doesn't manage to get round his teammate. Now the gap between F1 Caesar is really going for it and he manages to get Sarja. Sarja's really struggling on these ultras. I think he's questioning his life choices here.
And interesting for anyone watching this from D1 and D3. These
Ooh, and Caesar has a massive off. Massive off, and he joins very unsafely.
Well.
Peter there, kudos to Peter. I think Caesar may have even let him through. Oh, and Luigi gets hit from the front and the back. It was absolute carnage. Wow. So Sarja elects to pit, and I don't blame him. Now the gap between V5. Sorry, go on, Luigi.
Sorry, yeah, Luigi's closing up on Caesar now.
Yari's closing up on Luigi. This is a huge train.
Train down this straight.
As Luigi looks to go on the outside. Luigi learning a bit of a lesson there. Don't try a switch back if there's someone directly behind you, because you're not going to be able to switch back onto the line that you're not wanting to. And as a result, he lets Yari through due to that.
It was a very good move by Yari.
B5, White's YY will be pretty happy at the moment. He's in a huge shout because he's only 3 seconds behind. Well, he's only about, I think, 10 seconds behind the leader. Or he's not going to be happy now because he's just been absolutely clattered, and that is a real shame because I was looking forward to that developing, and I think it was Cloudy, no, actually, I tell a lie, I think it was RJW who won't have covered himself in glory there. That's really, really annoying to see because I was really looking forward to seeing how White's YY's race would develop. He's got an absolutely smashed wing.
He was going through the positions, wasn't he?
Yeah. Now Cloudy seems to he's the lead runner on the medium strategy. So let's see how that works for him. He's got a good chance of points today now because he's only a second behind someone like Cookie, who is on a much softer tyre.
Cookie, doing well.
Yeah, definitely. V5 has come out in 12th. Again, his strategy lives and dies as to how he gets through this midfield, basically. White's YY is not going to be happy. He's just had his whole strategy completely and utterly thrown up in the air.
3 second time comes for Luigi then.
Gary makes a good point. Apparently Adam's rear wing is, so the DRS is broken. So that was maybe one of the reasons why V5 managed to develop his gap. So, just as we're praising Cookie, you're really good at bocking people, by the way.
I've done it for years.
Tiggery's looking to make a move on Luigi. Caesar T-Pain.
T-Pain retired. I don't know what happened there.
So, can we see? Let's see where it went. I don't know if he retired in the pit lane or whatever it might well be, but very bizarre. So yeah, right on board with J. Cole, who is...
I'm not sure where he's come off.
No, I think he might have retired in pit lane, to be honest. Tiggery makes a move on Luigi. CSR came with another penalty, so he's not enjoying life.
Any idea why Caesar retired?
No idea at all. V5's struggling to get around Cloudy, and you've got to think he's going to struggle to get around him in Sector 3. What happened, Caesar? Let us know. Terrible race setup, went off after 3 laps. Yeah. Not the best. So V5 is trying to go around the outside, or is...
the outside. This is dangerous. Oh, he's
just switched it back. Quite clever, actually.
Good racing from these two.
Cloudy's wheel to wheel sometimes gets criticised, but he's being very, very fair here.
Excuse me. Oh, it's a dangerous place to go around the outside.
This is... V5 with a penalty. Oh no.
V5.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
They're both out. That's got to be a safety car. That has got to be a safety car.
I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure who's to blame. I was riding on board with V5, but I don't think either did particularly well there.
I think V5 just literally went on to the grass on the inside of the curb, lost it. No safety car. Two cars strewn over the first corner, but unfortunately...
Shout out to Ventures Mackin, by the way, who snuck up to 5th. Did not see that at all.
Who's the race controller? What's his name? His name's gone clean out of my head.
All on the back of J. Cole at the moment.
Yeah, he's doing well. Who's the race?
Charlie.
Charlie. Charlie Whiting's had a nightmare here. Turn 1 is literally looks like a Aleppo, and I have no idea.
He might be in the toilet. He's getting old.
The stewards. Apologies. The stewards have done a cracking job of clearing that debris very quickly. As Yari's closing up and up and up on Peter, and we'll get it done.
Interesting to see if Adventures Mackin can get the inside down here, if he's going to go for it. I think he might. No, he hasn't. Fair play, fair play. He might have a run on J. Cole out of here. I know she said it's spun it.
Cloudy is very annoyed. Why am I always just taken out? Question, what's the point? Oh, as Yari loses it and loses a bit of his wing as Peter goes through, Peter gives him a little tap on the way through, and that's made Yari's life a lot more difficult.
V5 has left the same. Oh, sorry, he died earlier. Apologies.
Peter with a second bit. Adam is just absolutely smashing this race now. Realistically, Sarge's not probably doing terribly either in some ways. Not as good as it should be, but.
So Yari's come in.
Yeah, he broke a bit of his wing.
Oh yeah, of course. So interesting to see if Adventures Mackin can get on the back of J. Cole down here. I think he may not have enough to get down there. We'll see.
Yari is gonna have to really make those tyres last. It's a brave call. Mediums. 24 laps on the mediums.
24 laps.
No, I'd probably two-stopped, but he is very good on the tyres. So. But Mackin looks to be this is kind of Adam's race to lose randomly now. But
J. Cole 3 second time penalty.
Peter's got penalties. I don't think I've seen F1 racer get a penalty, so this looks absolutely cut out.
Yeah, so what's the delta on the pit stop?
I think about 17 seconds. And that's being overestimated as well. Some people are saying 15, but I think that's a bit loose. I think 17's about right.
So there's a decent chance.
Oh, Adam gets a
penalty for F1.
Mackin.
You jinxed him there.
Literally,
all over the place.
Everyone that was, I literally just said Mackin's name and he got a penalty. Everyone we're mentioning, oh, Cloudy's doing well wheel to wheel, ends up in a wall with a pink panther next to him. V5 and Cloudy are not happy with each other.
Well, interesting to see some footage of that. I was riding on board with V5, but took my eye off it for a moment.
I think V5's got bigger grumbles around the whole of the thing. I think V5's a bit annoyed about some of the driving. Wave, you two should just leave it, put it to the stewards. Arguing won't change anything. Fair play. I mean, Wave, shout out to Wave.
Makes you feel better there, right? RG?
Yeah, definitely. Name calling's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not really, but Wave with some very good advice, to be honest, but doesn't mind getting his elbows out himself on track when it comes to driving against certain Spaniards. But that's all solved now. They're all friends. Tiggery, a man who I lambasted as J. Cole, as a lot of people are pitting. Lap 11 seems very early to pit for me, unless they're two-stopping, which I can't imagine they are. No, they're not.
Doesn't make sense to no.
That seems really early. Maybe Yari's not going to be as badly affected then, because he's only going to have tyres that are only a couple of laps older. I tell you what, I'm predicting a really good recovery drive here from Yari. He needs to get off board.
If he can be light on his tyres, like you say he can, then yeah, don't see why not.
He lost 5 seconds in the pits, but Cookie is, I know he's still to stop, and these guys are running a little bit behind guys like Peter, who has already stopped, but Cookie's covered himself in glory.
Yeah, it's a very good effort so far. On the back of Waluigi.
Oh dear, Waluigi's
gone a bit wide.
He was millimetres away there from putting his car in the walls.
I think you might see Cookie going up to 4th by the end of the front straight.
If you keep, oh yeah.
Oh, Waluigi's come in.
Bit of an An interesting line. He could have collected Cookie there if Cookie wasn't a bit more careful.
Yeah, that was Cookie 3-second time penalty as soon as I went on board with him. Sorry, Cookie, I'll come off.
I was just riding with him and I'm surprised that was given as a pen.
No, I think that was probably fair, but a little bit of dive from Adam there.
Oh, Adam, I'm riding on board with Peter, so have a little look at this, because Peter could actually end up dunking both of these guys.
Be brave to do it from there. Yeah, I think that was sensible from Peter.
He's really collected his car back. Everyone seems to be struggling with this track. Do you reckon because it's new?
I don't know. It's interesting because I think 6 weeks ago when I used to play this track, it seemed a lot easier than it does now.
Yari gets past
it's all psychological.
It just seems like, I think, to be honest with you, it's a track that is so easy. Yeah. Ooh, Sarja just completely and utterly tries to leave too much room and actually puts himself wide.
That was a bit too generous from Sarja there, actually.
Yeah, cost himself big time. RJ now the net leader. No, not net leader. Sorry, apologies, but he's leading the race. Tubi comes out. Ooh, does he get in front? No, he doesn't get in front of Yari, but he's going to struggle to keep Mackin at bay.
It'll be very interesting to see which of our predictions come off.
So I said YY, didn't I? I said Adam.
Adam.
What else did I say?
I can't remember what else you said.
D5, I think. No.
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh no, I did.
No, you said Sarja.
No, I said Sarja. Yes, I did say Sarja.
And I said Peter, Yari, and someone else. Apologies, the other someone else.
We'll wind it back.
Might put it now, actually.
So Peter, it's interesting now because it's difficult to know where everyone is, but effectively Adam is still net leader, but Peter's seemingly closing on him. When you get a clear, I think Peter seems to be running quite a high wing.
Yeah, it's interesting, although he's got the run now.
Adam goes very defensive.
I think Peter should get it done by the next turn, but I'm not sure. Ooh, he's gone wide.
He's going to use it. It was a bit of an opportunity. Peter pens. I know why Gary's asking for Peter's pens, because he's trying to help out his mate, the Irish Alliance. Actually, Nick, can you do it? Can you have a look? Because otherwise we're all just going to be looking at bloody rubbish on the screen.
Fair point.
Mackin closing on Yari. Who himself, I think, is closing. Peter with another 3-second pen.
It's a pretty thankless task here. a lot of screens.
The bench is Mackin with a 3-second pen as Peter goes very, very, very wide. I tell you what, predicting the podium is going to be impossible. You could come third and come 10th.
Yeah. Or you can come 10th and come third.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't get any penalties around here, they're going to be jumping up a lot of places unless they're very, very adrift.
Peter has 3 seconds.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure it's not more, sure it's not less.
Sure it's not more. I thought I'd seen his name pop up a couple of times, but okay.
No,
Cool.
a couple of warnings, but no more than that.
Now Luigi gets past CSR Kimi. He's on very, very worn mediums. Sarja. Well, Sarja's going to be two-stopping here, which we do forget. So his position's a lot lower than
I
Prevost.
tell a lie, everyone. It's actually 6 seconds of penalties.
I think Adam's got 3. I don't know if Gary can confirm that. Tiggerby with a 3-second pen. Sarja looking to... I mean, J. Cole's not really out of this. I haven't seen J. Cole's name pop up too much. CSL Kimmy with a 3-second pen. Lonely race for Kimmy.
Yeah, F1 Race has got 3 seconds. I think he's got 2 warnings. I think next time he goes wide, it's a pen.
I think this track being new, and also think this track doesn't help. Kimmy goes past Luigi, didn't catch it on track, but I think the problem with this track is that it's very hard to drive at 90% and keep your pace, because you can't go flat out because it's so easy to bin it.
Yeah, agreed. Silverstone you can actually take quite leisurely if you want.
Yeah. Cookie with a 3-second pen. Cookie's doing fantastic. I think he's net 8th after Sarja comes in.
Really closing on J. Cole. Very sensibly backed out. Take note, V5, cloudy.
See, Sarja doesn't really have any need here to put anything at risk, because he's going to have to pit again. If I was him, I'd probably be looking to pit fairly sharpish. Maybe not this lap, but next lap. Well, Peter gets past Adam, but Adam knocks him back. If J. Cole can keep a bit of pace...
Ooh, now... Yari, I didn't actually see Yari coming at all.
Bit of a dive bomb.
Yari's now wheel to wheel. CSR Kimmy left.
Yeah, he's retired. I think he's had enough. I don't really blame him, to be honest. A bit of a miserable day. Sarja... Yeah, I think if I was Sarja, I'd probably be looking to pit now. You're going to come out in a lot of clear air. If you can get the softs to 16 laps. I'm not going to heed my advice.
I think whilst he's in DRS of Yari, it's not really worth coming in.
Dave...
That was extremely wide.
Dave taking his 5-second points penalty from the stewards in good humour. Rename those as Dave bombs. I think that's not actually a bad shout.
Yep. I think we can...
well, you can concur.
Swear that in. Yes. I took the Dave bomb at Azerbaijan in good faith, given my ineptitude at Hungary last year. But I think the
Yari's just
one at
pulled.
France was
Yari's just pulled a hell of a move, and Sarja's lost 2 places in one corner.
Yeah, macking up again. Yari driving very well. J. Cole in his sights.
We got Killer supporting Adam. F1 racer. So many. I mean, Sarja's going to really struggle to get back to where he is. That's for sure. When he pits.
Sensible racing from Yari at the moment. I think he should get the move easily done on J. Cole down the straight.
What's Yari's pen situation? That's what I want to know, because
I think he's got he's got at least 3. I know that.
I wouldn't say Yari's out of this.
Defensive.
God, there's a bit of a train behind these guys. Yari is looking a bit sketchy. Yari gets better traction.
Depends if J. Cole goes defensive this corner or not. No. No Dave bomb there.
No Dave bomb. So we got RJW, who's, he's not going to be on YY's Christmas card list, I don't think, this year. I think it was RJ anyway, but apologies if it wasn't. It might have been someone else, but it's nice to see F1 racer doing quite well, if I'm honest. Sargent does pit this lap. It's nice to see F1 racer doing well, because he was in Division 1 for a long time, fell out of it, didn't seem to be taking PRL that seriously, and just putting in, rarely driving, not putting in the best of performances, but he's driven really well last 2 races.
Jacob on defensive again. I think Yari might get it done this time.
Jacob's got no ERS. So that was fairly easy for Yari. Yari's got an absolute bomb of ERS, so I think he could potentially pull a gap. Adam's using quite a bit as well. Yari really needs to pull a, hope if he can pull a half a second through here and just get clear of ERS, he might start hunting down the leaders.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to watch that gap actually, 6.9, see if that comes down quite quickly. Oh, Yari just got 3 seconds as soon as I sit back on board with him. Apologies, Yari.
Yari's in a very fortunate place because this isn't really a title race for him. He's got YHYY and Naluigi way behind, so he can afford to actually really, I mean, he can afford to retire basically and not lose any points, so he's got nothing to lose in this race.
Just set their fastest lap there.
Might have been, I'm guessing it might have been Sargent or YHYY.
No, it was Yari.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't see what time it was, I think it was 1:14 something, but it's a difficult colour, it's in like a dark purple, which isn't the easiest.
Bench's Mackin gets past J. Cole, makes it stick as well.
Oh, J. Cole. See what he does here. Oh, he's just nudged the back of Mackin there. He goes a bit wide. Tiggerby's on the back of them.
It's a mad race, isn't it? J. Cole is absolutely imperious round to Silverstone. It's a real outlier track. Tiggerby picks up 3 seconds.
Tiggerby 3 seconds. Again, literally just went on board with him. Apologies, Tiggerby.
I think it's weird because J. Cole was absolutely on a different planet in some ways to a lot of these guys, or at least very, very level with a lot of them. And this race, nowhere near really the pace is F1 racer. So. Maybe that's a bit unfair actually, because he's having to deal with a lot more traffic than
he's fighting Tiggerby now, and I think you'll see Tiggerby go past him this lap, and maybe RJ.
Sargent's got quite a fun little opportunity. See how many cars he can take. He should be able to get past Naluigi no problem, and then just try and catch up to Cookie. F1 racers just keeping that gap to Peter, but the problem is Yari seems to be just gaining quite a bit of time.
He's gained 3 seconds already.
But he's got those really worn tyres, so could be interesting. Who are we going for then? I think we're genuinely. As Tiggerby goes into the back of J. Cole, as J. Cole takes a bit of an interesting line into the pits. I don't think Tiggerby's got any damage from it, but J. Cole's pit. Why has he done that? Oh, he's obviously broke his wing. He's obviously broke his wing off camera because he's replacing his wing.
He's got 5 seconds stop and go as well. Oh, no, he hasn't.
Peter gets the move done, does he? Adam seems to get a lot better traction. They're going wheel to wheel.
This is tight.
Ooh, Peter decides to fight another battle another day and lets Adam take the better line.
That's good racing from both of them there.
And they didn't really lose much time either. You know, Yari's only basically 5.7 behind.
Almost gave another half second.
J. Cole Sargent needs to fix his internet. I mean, that's pretty smooth to be able to do that. Just wrote that during a pit stop, so shout out to Jaco. I'm really quite keen to know if Yari can keep the pens to a minimum compared to these guys. If he can get a 3 second on them. Oh, he's made a bit of an error. Has he? No, so the game just decided to.
He's alright. He's actually, I think he's closing very quickly.
Mm. Yeah, but it'll be interesting if those tyres do last. I'm not confident they are. So I'm just struggling to get to Luigi. It's very hard to know people's pace around here, to be honest. Because Sargio obviously out-qualified Luigi easily because he was on a different compound, and yet he doesn't seem to be catching him. So talking to Luigi, I haven't seen his name pop up very often. Adam with another penalty. I think that puts them even now.
Yeah, that does make them even, yeah.
Which is good for, well, it's good for Yari, and it's good
for the game.
It's good for the game. It's good for the Villas. I'm struggling to see. Who is going to come out on top here. I'm going to predict Luigi comes significantly higher than where he finishes. Say 5th. Army with another pen. Shout out to the guys at the back for carrying on, because it can't be much fun being J. Cole, YY and Army. I think Peter's got more natural pace. Sorry, go on.
I'm very interested to see the strategies in D3. I'm not that interested in D1 because people are pretty good in D1, so D3 could be absolute carnage.
Agreed. I think Peter's got a lot more natural pace. Not a lot necessarily, but definitely more natural pace than F1 Racer, because he seems to be using a lot less ERS. I don't understand why he's not knocking up knocking it up to overtake.
Maybe he's just saying it for the last 3 or 4 laps just to blitz it.
Yeah, maybe. The problem is you can also see as well from the deltas that Yari's closing. Oh, Adam defending a bit resolute.
That was okay. Left in space.
Ooh. Peter gets the move done. Right. See, ironically, I think these two are battling, but they're going to be each other's. One of them is going to have to rely on the other one, I think, to hold off Yari to get the win.
I'm not sure if Yari's getting there, you know. Although, literally, as soon as I said that, he took 2/10 out.
Peter takes a very odd line through there. It seems to be very slow.
Yeah, Adam's closing up.
Mackin's taking a look at Tiggerby. Got to really ride on board with the leaders though, because it's interesting. There's so many little subplots as well with Yari behind. Why is Peter just weaved really oddly there. Oh, sorry. That's terrible. F1 Racer gets it done. Very bad on the traction and nearly cost Peter his win.
I think Peter will get this done back, you know.
Ooh.
Maybe not. Be so careful there.
Can you check what penalties Yari has? Because I think these guys have both got 6. I know that. Then we can just keep it. We don't have to keep looking.
Yari's got at least 3. I know that.
Yeah. Can you see them yet? You can.
That's a lot of pages now. This is,
They are taking it so steady through T1. I think they're both aware that penalties might win this. Gary's tyres look fine from just a little snippet I've seen.
Yari has 3 seconds of penalties.
So Yari's not far off from being net leader here.
No. I don't know if he knows that though.
RJ gets round Mackin. Interesting to see if he can hold it. Yeah. Should be fairly easy. So RJ again going for a driver of the day-esque performance. Mackin with another 3. Don't know about you, I don't tend to like giving driver of the day to the winner, but I think if Yari wins it, he definitely deserves it.
Yeah. Let's not
Let's not jinx him too much.
exactly, yeah.
Peter.
RJW's done well as well, to be fair.
Adam taking a very defensive line. Peter just kind of cedes the exit of the corner.
Oh, Peter's going for it.
Ooh, interesting place to have a look. So Yari is Yari's net leader now. These two are now destroying.
He's now net leader by. Yeah, this is working out beautifully.
Oh, Adam. Interesting, isn't it? By battling so hard for first and second, and we've got to commend them because they've kept it clean in the most part. They're costing each other the win.
Yeah, Yari's now only 2 seconds behind. And he doesn't need to pass them. But then if Peter gets past, it creates a gap, and he's going to have to overtake F1, and vice versa.
Yeah, this is the problem. They're in each other's world a bit too much at the moment. Adam keeps it very wide, very respectful line.
Nice line from Peter as well.
Tiggy gets past Mackin. Now Luigi, I don't think he's going to benefit too much. It wouldn't surprise me if he jumps someone outrageously higher than him though, if someone's got like 15 to 18 seconds of pen.
Sarge's coming back against, oh, he's just nudged his front wing against Cookie Games. It's a shame.
Just going to have to carry on, isn't he? At this point.
I don't think he did any damage, but just affects his line because he had really good traction out of the hairpin.
Yeah, he's near enough in DRS, but I'm surprised he's looked after his tyres. They look really, his front left does actually now.
Sarge having a look down last turn, it's bold, hasn't worked out.
It's quite nice. I can probably go and make myself a nice cup of coffee and just ride on board with Yari for the rest of the race realistically. He's going to have a good view.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Sarge just nudged his front wing again. I think he should have too much for a cookie by the end of this, but...
So 2 laps left. Yari is effectively 1.2 seconds clear, but he seems to be struggling. But then again, these guys are battling the brakes off each other a little bit, so perfect
nice
storm really.
Sarge, yeah.
Oh, Yari has, we believe, 3 seconds of pens compared to the other two have 6, so he is net leader, just for anyone that has missed that. But he's losing time.
Massive battle between Cookie and Waluigi at the moment.
Poor Waluigi, they just caught him literally hitting gravel, but we have to ride on board with the front three. One of these two need to get something done.
It's interesting because there's 2 seconds in it. Just takes a little wobble.
Yeah, that's true. It's not by any means over.
It's not done yet.
I mean, that front left does look spectacularly grained. Ooh, he's locking up a lot as well.
Yeah, he's looking up, just locked up.
The more warm the tyres are, the easier it's going to be as well to perhaps run wide. So, I mean, knowing Yari, you've got to back him, but apologies to Cookie, Waluigi and Sarge because they look like they have a right old ding dong, but just can't really give it as much love as we would like. So, last lap. Yari has got 1.5 seconds to play with. He's not crucially though going to have any DRS here, so Peter should string out a little bit. He's unlucky not to get DRS because he's closed right up. Oh, but this is interesting. If Peter falls off the cliff a little bit here, could... Oh, he's not going to... See, if one of them actually fell off... Yeah,
Jake and Cookie both got 3 seconds.
Yeah, this is Yari's. Funny enough, I think if Peter had fallen off a little bit earlier, then it would have given Adam a real good shot at the win. But God, Yari, honestly, I feel like his tyres are going to go any second. He's losing a bit of time. He's not losing that much time, though. I think he's going to do this by the skin of his teeth unless he does something absolutely outrageous. Cross the line with F1 Racer, who should be net P2 unless we've managed to mess this up. Yeah, Yari goes first. Good race.
Yep. Very good race.
J. Cole gets round Sarger, but Lord knows.
Good race from RJW as well, although we're not sure if he was a culprit throughout.
I was only with White by wire, but yeah, it didn't look great. Waluigi 7th, Sarger jumps up to 8th net. Yeah, and that's the points basically, unless White by wire has significant. Oh no! Wow, White by wire nicks a point off Cookie Games. Cookie must have had about 12 seconds of pens. That's incredible.
Actually, Cookie got 3 seconds of pens in the last 4 turns, I think.
Ooh, that's going to smart.
So that cost him a point.
That is going to smart. Oh, so Yari says that he didn't lose it. Peter hit him. Why did he spin into?
What?
Oh, Yari says that he didn't lose it when Peter hit him. As in, like, he didn't lose it by himself. And Peter actually made contact with him and span. But yeah, interesting. So very.
Sarge says, "Sorry, J. Cole, you hit my bad net time."
Oh.
That's not particularly helpful.
So a lot of pens. So Cookie with 18 seconds. RJ with 3, which is really good going. Yeah, no, Yari basically just absolutely stamps all over everybody. Good effort from Adam. And there was not really much in between the front three, really, pace-wise. You've got to say Yari probably had a bit of an advantage because he had 5 seconds that he had to deal with a wing change. But no.
So who was the pen accumulator of the day? I think it may have been Cookie.
Cookie Games with 18.
Oh wow, well done, Cookie. Good effort.
There'll be a lot of bad blood in the D2 chat, I think, after that. Hopefully not. Hopefully everyone can get along, because it is a difficult track to drive around. But yeah, that was good. That was a really good race. Yari will be absolutely chuffed to bits. I can't believe he got that. V5's going to be livid, and Cloudy's going to be also livid, to be fair. But yeah, no. So what we saying? Yari driver of the day? I think it's kind of got to be, isn't it?
I think it's got to be Yari. Yeah, it's a good effort. RJW crept up there, but I think we've got to check whether he was a culprit for anything. But from the chat, it appears maybe not.
Indeed. Right, let's sign out. We've got a race coming up, but I need to let you know what my God strategy is.
Indeed. Goodbye, everyone.
Cool. We will see you all later as we pretend to know what we're doing better than those guys.